Asante. Labda nitazungumza kwa lugha ambayo Wakenya wengi watafahamu. Kwanza waziri, asante. Ndugu zanguni, tuko hapa kwa sababu ule mwenendo tumechukua hatuwezi endelea hivi. Jana tulipoteza Wakenya 14 kwa siku moja. Juzi wengine 4. Siku nyingine 12 Kenyans. Hatuwezi endelea vile tunaona mambo. Sisi kama kikosi cha polisi tuko na jukumu la kulinda, kuchunga maisha na mali. Hatuwezi tukaa kitako, mali inaharibiwa, wananchi wanafariki kwa sababu ya tabia, just because of the attitude in my driver. Jana tu, juzi, familia moja imepoteza watu 7. Ni kilio kwa hiyo familia. Kwa hiyo ajali ya Ngata, actually the one who survived is my officer. She's fighting for her life in hospital, but she lost 2 of her children. It is painful. We cannot continue this way. And that's why I thank Waziri for convening this session to tell our people enough is enough. Hii tabia hatuwezi endelea vile tunaendelea. Kila siku kupoteza watu 14. Hatuwezi endelea hivyo. Nchi iwezi endelea vile tunaendelea. Na tumekubaliana kama kikosi cha polisi, tutaungana na Ministry of Transport na NTSA. Tutatumia ule uwezo tuko nao kuhakikisha kile kinafanyika sasa akitaendelea. Na maofisa wote nchi zima, they have clear instructions that ambao wako na hii tabia huko kwa barabara, you have no patience, you want to overtake carelessly, you want to drive under the influence of alcohol, you feel the pain. Instructions are very clear. Wenzangu, tusijifiche kwa mambo ya corruption. Nimeuliza mambo ya maswali kadhaa hapa, mambo ya corruption. And I'm telling my officers not to be intimidated ati kuelezwa they are the most corrupt. Wafanye kazi. Wengi wenu hapa wana habari na wafahamu, wakati mkipata na shida na polisi mnapigia IG, nisaidie, niachiliwe. Isn't that corruption? I remember just on Saturday, somebody was arrested because of committing a traffic offense at 2:30 a.m. That person, somebody very seen in the society, calling me at 2:30 a.m. to call my officers not to continue with effecting arrests. Of course, I did not call my officers. Don't attempt calling me. I will not intervene. You'll be arrested, go to court, go to jail, or you'll be fined heavily. In a nutshell, kile tunasema, Wakenya wenzangu, tuwe na nidhamu kwa barabara zetu. Kuna mvua na tumeelezwa na wenye wataalamu ambao wanahusika na yale yanaendelea, mambo ya mvua, mambo ya anga, wametueleza hii mvua itakuwa nzito. Tujiadhari tukiwa kwa barabara. Jana tu ile basi ilizama kule Garissa. Huyo driver aliambia usivuke, usiendelee na safari yako. But he ignored. Is by God's grace wananchi waliweza kutoka, wale walikuwa kwa hiyo basi waliweza kutoka kwa madirisha. Therefore, as I conclude, Wakenya wenzangu, si vile tulikuwa tumezoea kusema, but police officers, my officers went TSA, they work together. It is not business as usual. You feel pain. We are going to inconvenience you because we are the responsibility to ensure you remain alive. Your property is protected. Kwa hivyo usianze kutafuta IG kuniambia ati maofisa wako wanatusumbua. They are harassing us. We must deal with this road carnage. Asante waziri.
Asante sana.
Last one was it?
Yes. Kwa IG.
From KTN. There used to be a systematic operation between NTSA and the National Police Service, the traffic department, where we even used to see mobile courts, where when you break an offense, you are taken to the court and then you get an instant justice on it. Do you think it is high time we consider taking back NTSA to our roads so that they can help the police in terms of speed, management, and also alcohol?
The truth is that in 2018, as I said, the government then reversed that working arrangement between NTSA and the police, and they had found a very good formula of working together. The police having the constitutional power to arrest, and the NTSA assisting in terms of providing technical support, because they have the inspection capability, but also they had equipment that they were assisting together, working together with the police, and I think it helped in a way. If you look at the numbers, it came down a little bit around that period of time. Of course, the government, in its own wisdom, then said that NTSA should be removed. I hear some people saying that NTSA was to be removed because of corruption. Now they are saying the police should not be on the road because of corruption. We have agreed that we are going to work together, and NTSA will progressively, because now this is not something you wake up in the morning. We have only 700 staff. We have only 67 inspectors. Now we need to rebuild again our capacity to be able to get enough people that can come to the road. So when we say we are coming back, people will say we have not seen NTSA all over the country. You need to understand that the institutional capacity that we have of 67 inspectors requires us to increase the number of inspectors so that we can have a presence across the country. And truly, we will work together with the police as we push for the resourcing of the police by the government. NTSA also will be resourced. We've been working with other development partners who, by 2018, we had made great progress, except that the government reversed that decision. Now we have the opportunity to again bring back the development partners to work with us to get the resources for us to deal with the enforcement in the roads. And let me just go back to this corruption issue. If you don't want to pay bribes, just do the right thing, because it takes two to tango. The police don't pay themselves the bribe. The one who pays the bribe and the one who receives are equally guilty under the law. So why do they pay these bribes? Because they know that definitely they are not compliant. But if everybody was compliant, they would be safe. Number two, why would a citizen sit in a matatu and see a driver giving out a bribe to a policeman and keep quiet? Yeah, tutafanya nini? In fact, the worst part of it is they go to social media. The only thing they say, police picks a bribe. Let me tell you something. If 14 people in a matatu, even if they are 10, say, hey, police, hiyo shilingi 50 umechukua ni ya nini? And you say today, and you say tomorrow, even if you don't arrest the police officer or whoever, just shouting that tumekuona umechukua hiyo shilingi 50, it makes a whole difference. But we've become experts in our WhatsApp groups and our Facebook and Twitter. Remember when Kibaki came to office in 2003, citizens were arresting police officers who were taking bribes because there was a certain level of patriotism and citizen consciousness that everybody wanted to ensure that their country is safe and free from corruption. What stops us from going there as citizens? You know? Arresting drivers that are drunk and driving, refusing to board a car that is already overloaded, making sure that you don't board a border more than one person. Because honestly, the police doesn't pick you and put you in a border to be 4 people without helmet, you know. And you are busy. I have done this week alone. I have stopped in several places to stop a border rider and ask them, why don't you have a helmet? Pole sana mkubwa. You know, he's telling me pole, he doesn't even have the helmet there. He's not there. Meanwhile, he's carrying 3 other people who are looking at me as if, why are you interrupting our trip? It is, you know, why are you interrupting our ride? Because everybody wants to, somehow we are in a hurry in the country. Everybody wants to arrive somewhere very fast, even if it means dying. And it's not for lack of border. In fact, the other border riders waiting for a pillion passenger. But because those of you want to board one of them, borders, all of you, and it saddens me. And I want to repeat this. You have a husband, a wife, and the children riding one border, and they get an accident, and we lose all of them. It is terrible. And I just want to emphasize here that citizen consciousness and citizen commitment will be the most important thing. And if I have not said it here, please, my friends of the media, you know, when I went to NTSA last week, many people keep seeing the clip that I was in the NTSA and I looked in a foul mood, I was angry. I didn't sleep the night before. And I don't want to repeat that story because it makes me very emotional. You see, like many of you, I have a child in school. Yeah? And for a parent to send their child to school and the day they are waiting for them at home, yeah, that parent is waiting for a child and it doesn't arrive just because somebody was reckless somewhere. That could be my child. You know, for those of us who have our children in high school, it could be mine. By the time I was going to NTSA in the morning, you can, my family is my witness, my wife is my, I didn't sleep the whole night because of Chavakali's story. We had just come from Kapsabet, you just told the Chavakali whatever. So when people are talking about other things like it was jokes, it was not to me. My mind the next day was really wondering. Last year, April, we lost a number of kids because of a road accident in Naivasha for children who are being brought by a 14-seater matatu. I called this NTSA CEO and I told him, whatever the resources, however little it is, let's do everything possible this week when we are closing school to just make sure that the children get home safe. Because now we have mad people on the road. And I'm glad this week, at least the numbers involving children coming from school went down. But that is something that should pain us. You know, we are all used to niceties of, you know, who is doing what. If we can, all of us, just imagine your child is in school and you're waiting home. Somebody's husband has gone to hustle and is being waited at home and the only breadwinner. You know, most of the people who are driving these vehicles, young people, yeah, that are driving these vehicles and 20s, 30s, they just bought their first cars and they've gone for drinking on, like now, this time, they are drinking somewhere because tomorrow is a public holiday. I can tell you for sure, we know, because the statistics don't lie, that by 11 you have road accidents on the road involving private vehicles for people who are drunk. That's why we are returning the drunk driving, the alcohol and the like. We are working on the regulations to return that. So it shouldn't be government too much to manage individual human behavior. But we are forced to do so because people are not taking responsibility in their hands. I ask you, and I urge you more once again, media, forget about Murkomen. Turn your cameras on the citizens. Ask them, let's work together. Let's support each other to push the focus on human behavior. All these are preventable if we are all conscious. If you board a car and the 14th person is already in and the 15th come and all of you tell him shuka to meja kwa gari, that person has to shuka because you people care about your life. If the drivers of a speed and say, Dere, simama hapo, ume overtake mara mbili vibaya, unataka kutuua, we will be able to do something that will turn our country. This thing requires a whole citizen approach for us to solve this problem, including the corruption. I used to be a preacher before, so if I continue, I will call for an altar call, and I don't want to do so. Let's leave it there for today, and please engage the traffic commandant and NTSA. Please engage them, and if they are not responsive, tell us. Now come back to me and say, I was looking for information from NTSA, they don't want to tell us what they are doing. Or from the police, you tell my colleague Kindiki, yeah, or any of us here, the PS Interior is here, the PS Transport is here, the IG is here. Report these people if they are not responding to your questions. But we are going to resource them to go out there and preach this message. I also saw church members saying, where is the minister? If there is somebody who is more effective than the minister, he is the church minister who preaches to people every Sunday. Please help us preach to these people to get saved and follow the narrow path of traffic, obeying traffic rules. Because we need citizens, more than anything else, we need human behavior to change in this country. That one will make this country become a better place. And as I told you guys, I don't want to be the minister that goes around there chasing matatus and stopping them and pulling people. It's that I don't want this thing to be person-centric. I want it to be institutional. That's why I'm pushing for the cameras, so that those cameras will be there whether Murkomen is there or not. It will be there. I'm pushing for telematics for the school, so that Murkomen is there or not, the school telematics can be enforced. And all other things we want to do for posterity. But as we get there, let's work on our behavior. Asanteni sana.
Good.